the name of it is?
Not really. I keep forgetting. So
Drippy tips.
All right. So welcome to the root of the problem. Today I am joined by my son, Curtis. Today we're going to be talking about accessibility and why accessibility, different designs, how we could accommodate different setups is an important topic to talk about and see what's out there to help people get modernize their bathrooms and stuff like that. It was very common when I first got in the trade back in the early 80s where we would go into homes, Curtis, and the homes would have like a 4-foot bathtub. I mean, it's very rare today that you would see a 4-foot bathtub, but when I got in the trade, it was common. They were out there, and in some cases, you'd have a bathroom. There's a lot of homes where they'd have a bathroom where the roof line would be, sort of in where the tub would be. There'd be either a clawfoot tub, and they're trying to make it into a shower, or they have a 4-foot tub and they're trying to make that into a shower, and they have to accommodate for the ceiling and stuff like that. So just wanted to pick your brain, maybe share some thoughts on why accessibility typically costs a little more, why making this stuff accommodate, say, a shower, these different things. Why do these cost a little bit more to deal with than a traditional brand new shower, cookie cutter, all the measurements are there ready to go. So maybe share a little bit with that.
Basically, manufacturers would be the main culprit for that. So in the sense of standard sizing, so bathtub, shower bases, different shower fixtures come with general preset sizing from the manufacturers. Standard sizing being 60 by 30, 60 inches wide, 30 inches deep, and 60, 32, for example, would be another one. When you start getting outside of those preset sizing, you basically can eliminate that bottom tier of category when it comes to affordable fixtures, meaning that a lot of the pre-molded showers, which would be on the bottom end of the cost, tend to only come in those sizes. So if you do run into a 4-foot tub, for example, you're very limited because at this point in time, there's no manufacturer that makes a 4-foot tub in an alcove situation where, you're not custom making the bathtub. So that you can still get it, but you're getting into custom sizing, and with that comes a lot more cost. So
you can get them, just they're more expensive than a traditional 5-foot tub.
Exactly. So it's one thing that people tend to not think of is they think the smaller the item, the cheaper the cost, the less materials involved. Whereas for plumbing, a lot of the time it's volume by numbers. The more they sell, the better discount factor they can put on things. So even if the shower base is 1/3 or 2/3 of the size, if it's not a common item, then the discount factor is no good on it, and they just sell them at a much higher cost.
So talking about costs for the showers or tubs, or even sometimes, like I said, that you might have the ceiling on an angle, the space is kind of tight, and the homeowner wants to try to make a bathroom up there and stuff like that. So what goes into having to accommodate the walls, the ceilings, the floor? Like, why would that be more expensive? What has to be done?
When it comes to that sort of thing, when you're dealing with pre-molded items, let's say we break it up into a couple different tiers. We have the pre-molded, pre-manufactured items. We have things like acrylic walls that can be kind of customized and cut to size, and then we have tile that can be also customized. When you're dealing with off-ball sizes, or when you're dealing with custom ceiling needs or venting needs, if it's in a basement application, bulkhead needs, it for the most part eliminates that tier of pre-manufactured. So you therefore have to go to either customizable acrylic walls, or you'd have to go to customizable tile for that surround. You do also run into the issue of when you're dealing with angled walls, angled ceilings, stuff like that, then you have to worry about, okay, well, what kind of enclosure can I put in front of this thing to stop the water from getting out? Shower doors, for example, only have certain thresholds of areas where they can be installed. Shower curtains can sometimes exceed that, or be more customizable, but then you're left with a situation where showers, for example, really are not designed to be used with curtains unless the threshold is quite big to keep that curtain in place. So there you're kind of running into that situation again of the more customized you get, the more expensive things can get. And when you're dealing with low ceilings or uneven ceilings, walls that are a strange distance apart or an offset distance apart, you run into the situation of potentially needing custom walls, custom glass, custom shower base to get that area filled in.
Okay, so it's not that if you were putting in a shower, you could put in a shower door, possibly you could put in other panels, stuff like that. But what you're saying is that it's all custom. So the everything that you're going to do is a one-off. So typically one-offs cost more money. That's just the nature of the beast, right? So okay, all right. And if somebody had to deal with that, it'd probably be best to have you come in and take a look at that before they demo everything, right? To give them an idea of what kind of work would be involved. It's not just simple rip everything down, and they should make an appointment to have somebody come and look at that, right?
Yeah, especially for a sticker shock point of view. Once you get into the area of customization, you're essentially, for the most part, doubling if not tripling your cost compared to standard manufactured items. So for example, a shower door may run you $1,000 to go purchase, $700 to $1,000. But if you bring in a custom glass company to custom cut that glass and build the door for you and build all the hardware, you would be into the thousands just for the purchase of that item. So it becomes a very large expense and can sometimes take people by surprise if they've already kind of demoed and removed their showering area with the anticipation of putting one back in at a certain dollar figure. If they don't know that they're in a custom territory, that might be a very difficult thing to continue doing.
All right. Well, thank you, Curtis. Thank you for sharing that information. I think it's of great value. And if you guys have any other questions or you'd like to talk a little bit further about this, please let us know. And we would be very happy to share this information with you. And I guess we'll catch you on the next one. Thank you very much.